Hi. So in this lecture, we'll be solving all the monopoly problems from ISI PEA. So ISI may traditionally there were only mathematics questions in PEA section, जो multiple choice section. But since 2017, they also included इकोनॉमिक्स क्वेश्चंस एज वेल तो तब से लेकर के अब तक जितने भी मोनोपोली के क्वेश्चंस है विल बी सॉल्विंग दैट एंड व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन पॉज द वीडियो एट ईच question, solve the question on your own, and then you can check the solution. Okay, let's begin. This first problem of monopoly is from 2018. Question है, consider a firm which initially operates only in market A as monopolist and faces a market demand function Q equal to 20 minus P. Given its cost function, ये cost function given है 1/4 Q square, it charges a monopoly price PM. अगर वो सिर्फ मार्केट ए में ऑपरेट करता है, प्राइस चार्ज कर रहा है PM. Now suppose that in addition to selling as a monopolist in market A, the firm starts selling its product in a competitive market as well, market B, और वहां पर फिक्स प्राइस है 6. So under this situation the firm charges P star M in marketing. अगर वो सिर्फ मार्केट ए में सेल कर रहा है then in that case price is PM and these are the given information. And if it is also operating as a competitive firm in market B, then in that case price in market A would be P star. ठीक है, so we need to check that whether P star M will be greater than PM, smaller, equal, okay, or depends. Okay, so let's solve this problem. So this one is from 2018. Okay, so the first thing is if it operates only in market A. So if it operates only in market A, जो quantity demanded है वहां पर है that's 20 minus P, and what we are interested in is monopoly price. So profit function and the cost function is 1/4 Q square. So profit function हो जाएगा 20 minus P into P, so that becomes 20P minus P square. And okay, so this cost function is in this term. So let me use the inverse demand function. So P is equal to 20 minus Q. So total revenue will be 20Q minus Q square. Total cost is 1/4 Q square. Now d pi by dq, that will be 20 minus 2q minus q by 2. Okay, if I equate it to 0, then what I guess get is 20 equal to 2.5q. So this implies monopoly quantity would be 20 upon 2.5, which is 200 upon 25, which is 8. Okay, and that gives us the monopoly price from this function to be 20 minus 8, which is 12. Okay, so this happens when the firm is operating only in market as a monopolist. Okay, but if it operates in both markets, market A as well as market B, then what will happen? So in that case, profit function would be market B में प्राइस वो चार्ज कर रहा था 6, तो 6 into whatever quantity it sells in market B plus the inverse demand function of market A or into the quantity. So basically the total revenue of from market A would be 20 QA minus QA square. So this is the total combined revenue from both the markets. Minus 1/4 Q square था, but this time Q is equal to QA plus QB. So QA plus QB squared. Okay. So let's solve this. Del pi by del QA. will be equal to 20 minus 2QA minus 2 by 4 QA plus QB. We'll be equating this to 0. And del pi by del QB will be equal to 6 minus 2 by 4 QA plus QB will be equating this to 0. So from this we'll get uh, that this 2 by 4 QA plus QB is equal to 6. And we can use that information here. Okay, so using this, we'll get 20 minus 2QA minus 6 equal to 0. So 14 equal to 2QA, and from this, QA will be equal to 7. Okay, and then using the inverse demand function, P star M would be equal to, is it PM star or P star M? Well, it is, okay, PM star. M is given below. Okay, so like this. So 20 minus QA, which is 20 minus 7, which is 13. So when it is operating in both the markets, in that case, it is charging 13. So this means that PM is equal to 12. It is less than uh, PM star, which is equal to 13. Okay, so basically P star is greater than P. So let's see which option is correct. P star is greater than P. Option A. Okay, I hope you got it correct. Moving on, another question is from 2019, and it's a very famous problem, and it also came in ISI interview of 2021. तो ये क्वेश्चन 21 के इंटरव्यूज में भी पूछा गया था, ठीक है, in the last round of ISI. But this, anyways, let's solve this problem. Question is, CTEL provides cellular phone service in Delhi and has some monopoly power in the sense that it has a captive customer base with each customer's weekly demand being given by this. So we have this demand function, Q equal to 60 minus P. Q is hours of cell phone calls per week. P is price per hour. CTEL's total cost function is 20Q, तो marginal cost हो गया 20. And अब CTEL ऑफर कर रहा है एक offer a deal, call as much as you wish. And for that, it wants to charge a flat weekly access fee. And once a customer pays the access fee, he or she can call as much as he or she wishes without paying any extra usage fee. So seems like that, like the sounds like second degree price discrimination, जहाँ पर आप एक fixed charge लेते हो and then you ask for a usage fee as well. But यहाँ पर usage fee is zero. Okay, so the question is the weekly access fee that CTEL should charge to maximize its profit is given by. तो वो fixed charge कितना होना चाहिए? तो let's solve this problem. Function is 60 minus P and marginal cost is 20. So similar to second degree price discrimination, we want to maximize the profit. So what we can do is this problem is from ISI 2019. Okay. So आपके पास फंक्शन है डिमांड फंक्शन 60 माइनस पी, मार्जिनल कॉस्ट वैसे है 20. ओके, सो व्हाट वी नो इज कि यूसेज फी इज गोइंग टू बी जीरो. तो द यूसेज फी पी स्टार इक्वल, आई एम कॉलिंग इट यूसेज फी, इट इज गोइंग टू बी जीरो. ओके, एंड इन दैट केस अगर यूसेज फी जीरो हो जाती है, इन दैट केस they would be calling 60 hours a week. Okay, so that gives us total cost to be equal to 60 times 20, which is 1200, तो हमारी कॉस्ट हो जाएगी इन दैट केस 1200. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज कि व्हाट शुड वी चार्ज देम टू मैक्सिमाइज आवर प्रॉफिट. Well, we'll be charging as much as we can, which is basically वो max at max कितना पे करने को तैयार है, which is basically given by the consumer surplus. Okay, so 60 minus p, that it looks, this function looks like this. Here we have quantity, here we have on the y-axis we have price. So 60 is the intercepts, and since price is going to be zero, so consumer surplus is this area. Area below the demand curve above the price. P star is P0, usage fee 0. So consumer surplus will be half into base into height, which is 3600 divided by 2, which is 1800. Okay. So that's what we're going to charge. And in that case, profit will come out to be equal to 1800 minus total cost, which is 1200. That will give us a profit of 600. ठीक है, तो flat fee would be 1800. That's the maximum we can charge from the consumers for giving this offer of calling as much as they can. Okay, so 1800 should be the answer, which is option A. Okay, moving on. Here it is. This question is again from ISI 2019. Let's see this one. You can pause this, try it on your own, and then check the solution. We have three individuals, one, two, three. We have two goods, A and B. ठीक है, सिंगल मोनोपोली फर्म है, एंड इट हैज द कॉस्ट ऑफ जीरो फॉर प्रोड्यूसिंग बोथ द गुड्स. ठीक है, each individual would like to buy exactly 1 unit of good A and B if they want to. मतलब at max they will purchase one, so they can either purchase zero or one. An individual's valuation is defined as the maximum amount she is willing to pay for 1 unit of the good. इंडिविजुअल वन के लिए गुड ए की वैल्यूएशन, तो बेसिकली इंडिविजुअल्स वन टू थ्री के लिए ए और बी की जो वैल्यूएशन है वो यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है. सो लेट्स क्रिएट अ टेबल आउट ऑफ इट. लेट्स डू इट हियर. Okay, so we have individuals A and B, and we have individuals 1, 2, and 3, and goods A and B. Okay, so here we have goods, and here we have individuals. Okay, individual 1 के लिए it is 10 for good A and 1 for good B, and individual 2 के लिए it is 1 for good A, 10 for good B, और 3 के लिए it is 7 for good A and good B. Okay, so 10, 1, 1, 10, 7, 7. तो ए के लिए है 10, बी के लिए है 1, इंडिविजुअल 2 के लिए ए के लिए है 1, बी के लिए है 10, एंड 7, 7 here. Okay, so these are the valuations, the maximum willingness to pay. Finally, the firm can charge a single price PA for good A, PB for good B, and a bundled price, a combined price for both the goods, such that if an individual pays PAB, then she gets the bundle consisting of 1 unit each of goods A and B. तो एक combined price charge कर सकते हैं, and then दोनों goods consumer को मिल जाएंगे by paying that price. If the monopolist sets PA, PB and PAB to maximize the profit, then वो price vector क्या होगा? 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 14, 10, 10, 11. So we need to check this. ठीक है? Okay. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 14, and 10, 10, 11. Okay. Let's start with option A. 11, 11, 11. And then we have option B, 11, 11, 14. We have option C of 10, 10, 11. And then option D is none of the above. So what we can do is we can calculate the profit in each case, for each option. This is price of for A, this is price for B, and this is combined bundled price. Okay, 11, 11, 11. So अगर price of first good is 11, then in that case person A नहीं खरीद पाएगा, right? Person B भी नहीं खरीद पाएगा, and person C, well, it cannot person A individually A नहीं खरीद सकता, person one individually A नहीं खरीद सकता because उसकी valuation is 10 and it is the price is 11. Similarly, person 2 भी good A नहीं खरीद सकता, उसकी valuation is 1 and the price is 11. And person 3 खरीद सकता है, उसके लिए sorry, उसके लिए जो valuation is 7 but the price is 11. It also cannot buy this. So in that case, let's also calculate the combined valuations. One second. Okay. So if individual one wants to buy both the goods, then in that case, the total valuation is 11 here, 11 here, and 14 here. Okay. So basically, individual one and individual two would like to buy the bundle, and individual three would also like to do that. So basically, all three of them will buy the bundle, and profit will be equal to 11 plus 11 plus 11 by buying the bundle, so which will give you the profit of 33. Okay, let's calculate the profit in case of option B. Well, 11 कोई बाय नहीं करेगा, सबकी जो वैल्यूएशन है वो इस प्राइस से कम है. Same thing goes here. What about this? Well, in this case, only individual 3 can buy the bundle. So profit will be equal to 14 only. What about option C? 10, 10, 11. Well, in this case, uh, individual A can buy this as well as he can buy the bundle. Okay. Individual 2 can also buy the bundle. Okay. And individual 3 will also be buying the bundle. So that gives the profit of 33. Okay. So what I'm assuming here is if someone can buy, he will buy. Okay. So if price is equal to the maximum willingness to pay, then he will buy. That's what we do in these questions. Okay. So two options are giving a profit of 33 and one is giving the option of 14. तो maximum profit और यहाँ पे this is a MCQ, तो एक ही option correct हो सकता है. So obviously that tells us कि D correct होना चाहिए क्योंकि दो options तो correct नहीं हो सकते. Okay, but that's not a proof. We need a price vector such that that price vector gives us higher profit. Okay, so what if PA is equal to 10, PB is equal to 10, and bundled price is 14? Let's see. Well, in that case, individual A will buy this. Individual 1 will buy good A. That gives a profit of 10 because cost is 0. Individual 2 will buy B. That gives us 10. And individual 3 will buy the bundle, which gives us profit of 14. So combined profit will be 34. Okay. So this is giving us more profit as compared to option A and B. So that's why None of the above is the correct option. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Here it is. Question is, consider a monopolist with a market demand function P equal to 20 minus Q. Multi-plant monopolist have it two plants, plant one and plant two, where the plant specific cost function is given by this. But basically the same cost function for both the plants, so which is a linear demand function, which means in this case, marginal cost for plant one is equal to marginal cost for plant two, which is equal to 4. Okay. Notice that जब आप production शुरू करोगे, when you will produce something, only then you'll have to incur this fixed cost, otherwise the cost is zero. तो सिंस दोनों प्लांट में जो एक हर यूनिट प्रोड्यूस करने की जो कॉस्ट है दैट 4, तो ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करने का कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं है कि आप कुछ यूनिट्स यहाँ करो कुछ वहां करो, बिकॉज देर इज अ फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट इन्वॉल्व. So obviously the firm will use only one plant to at least save this cost of two. Okay, so let's solve it here only. So in this case, total revenue will be 20q minus q square. Cost will be minus 2 minus 4q. So any one plant can be used, and this will be the profit. And well, this will be the profit function. Let's solve it. D pi by dq will be 20 minus 2q minus 4 will equal to 0, which gives us q equal to 8. So it can be q1 or q2, जो भी plant monopolist wants to produce in. So and that which gives us p equal to 12 from this function 20 minus q. And that gives us a profit of 12 into 8 minus fixed cost of 2 minus 4 times the cost of 8. So which is 96 minus 34, which is 62. Okay, so answer here is maximum profit is coming out to be 62, which is option D. Okay, moving on. Okay, here we are. This question is from ISI 2020. Problem is, a price discriminating monopolist finds that a person's demand for its product depends on person's age. More discriminating monopolist, and it wants to discriminate on the basis of age. The inverse demand function of someone of age y can be written as this ay minus q, where ay is an increasing function of y. All right. The product cannot be resold from one buyer to another, and the monopolist knows the age. तो जब भी ऑनलाइन सब्सक्रिप्शंस का केस होता है, इन दैट केस प्रोड्यूसर इज वेल अवेयर, ही हैज द डेटा एंड इज वेल अवेयर ऑफ द प्रोफाइल ऑफ द कंज्यूमर, तो एज पता होगी, तो वी कैन टेक इट टू बी अ रियलिस्टिक थिंग. If the monopolist maximizes its profit, then older age people will pay higher price and purchase more of this product as compared to the younger people. क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि higher the age, higher the price, and they will buy more? क्या ऐसा निकल कर आएगा यहाँ से, या फिर everyone pays the same price but older people pay consume more, या फिर सिर्फ क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड में डिफरेंसेस आएंगे ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ एज एंड एवरीबॉडी इज पेइंग द सेम? क्या ऐसा निकल कर आएगा? वेल मे बी सी इज ओल्डर पीपल विल पे हायर प्राइस कंपेयर टू द यंगर पीपल, बट एवरीवन विल कंज्यूम द सेम, की क्वांटिटी सब सेम डिमांड करेंगे लेकिन ओल्डर पीपल विल पे हाई, या फिर नन ऑफ द ऑप्शंस आर करेक्ट हियर. ओके, लेट्स चेक इट. तो for any given demand, for this given demand function for any particular age level y, Question is from ISI PEA 2020, where P is equal to A as a function of Y, जहाँ पर Y is age, Q is quantity. अगर हम प्रॉफिट निकालें किसी दिस फंक्शन इज फॉर सम पर्सन विद एज Y, तो AY Q minus Q square. There might be some cost or not, but that doesn't matter actually, क्योंकि कॉस्ट जो है वो एज पर डिपेंड नहीं करती है, तो वी कैन इवन इग्नोर कॉस्ट. लेट्स इग्नोर कॉस्ट बिकॉज इट डजेंट मैटर. बिकॉज जो हमें कंक्लूजन निकालने हैं दैट्स रिलेटेड टू एज, और कॉस्ट जो है ऑब्वियसली दैट डजेंट डिपेंड अपॉन द एज, तो वी कैन अवॉइड दैट. तो डी पाई बाई डी क्यू विल बी इक्वल टू ए वाई minus 2q, which we will take it to be equal to 0, which implies q will be equal to ay divided by 2. And from this, p will be equal to, if I put it here, then again ay divided by 2. So notice that since a dash y is increasing, if I differentiate it with respect to y, this will be greater than 0 because ay is increasing. And similarly, if I differentiate p with respect to y, I'll get a dash y by 2, which is positive. Okay, so that makes it a bit of increasing function. So which means as age increases, yani older people will buy more quantity. Older people will pay more price. So which was given in option A. Older people will pay higher price, purchase more. So option A is correct. ठीक है? Moving on, there is a problem. A monopolist faces a demand curve Q equal to 5 by P. ठीक है, कांस्टेंट इलास्टिसिटी फंक्शन है वैसे ही. Her cost function is 3Q. Suppose in the same market there are some competitive suppliers ready to sell the good at price of P equal to 5. ठीक है. Okay, let's solve it here. So we have Q equal to 5 by P, CQ equal to 3Q. Okay. And so this gives us PQ equal to 5. So notice that revenue fixed है, लेकिन obviously आपको कुछ sell करना पड़ेगा only then. If you are selling, at least selling. अगर Q 0 है तो फिर obviously there is no revenue. ठीक है, तो whenever you sell something positive you will get a revenue of 5. लेकिन in this case there is a competition as well. In this case there is a competitor which is selling at a price of 5. तो ऑब्वियसली हमसे कोई तभी खरीदेगा जब हम फिर प्राइस, क्योंकि सेम प्रोडक्ट है तो हम हमसे तभी खरीदोगे जब हम प्राइस लेसर चार्ज करेंगे. सो फ्रॉम दिस विल गेट P is equal to 5 by Q. तो we'll get a total revenue of 5 if 5 by Q is less than 5, right? जब आपके कॉम्पिटिटर का प्राइस है 5, हमारा प्राइस है 5 बाय क्यू. सो व्हेन 5 बाय क्यू इज लेस देन 5, ओनली देन we'll get this revenue. Otherwise, we'll not be able to get that revenue. Otherwise, our revenue will be 0. Okay, so that is Q should be greater than 1. Only then we'll be able to sell them. So Q has to be greater than 1. But notice that जब आप profit निकालो with this, that's going to be 5 minus 3Q if Q is greater than 1. Okay. So notice that higher the quantity, lower the profit. So we just need to charge something slightly greater than 1. Okay. तो quantity जितनी कम हो but higher than 1, the better. Okay. तो slightly greater than 1 होना चाहिए. That's it. तो Practically, we cannot find any numbers, any such number, because if you say that 1.1 is such number, then how about 1.01? That's even better. How about 1.001? That's even better. So we cannot practically calculate that particular number if the domain is R. Okay. So what about this question? Well, here we have some options. चार ऑप्शंस हैं आपके पास, तो ऑब्वियसली विल चूज द वन जहां पर क्वांटिटी इज ग्रेटर देन वन बट स्मॉलेस्ट. ओके, स्मॉलेस्ट ग्रेटर देन वन जो क्वांटिटी होगी. तो 5/3, वेल दैट्स ग्रेटर देन वन बट टू हाई. यहाँ पर आप डिवाइड करो 3.01 से, इट गेट स्मॉलर. यहाँ आप 2.99 से डिवाइड, यहाँ आप डिवाइड कर रहे हो 4.99 से. सो दैट्स बेटर. ओके. तो मतलब आउट ऑफ दीज फोर ऑप्शंस दिस इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन दैट यू कैन चूज, जहां पर क्वांटिटी इज ग्रेटर देन वन बट इट इज लीस्ट out of the other options. Okay, so that's why answer is D. Okay, the last question. Well, this one is from ISI 2022 PEA. Cost function given है आपको 3q square plus 800. Here the inverse demand function. You need to find the price elasticity. A very simple problem. At the profit maximizing price. So we first need to maximize the profit and find out the PM and QM, monopoly price and quantity. So 280Q minus 4Q square, that's our revenue, minus 3Q square minus 800. Cost हमने subtract कर दी. D pi by dq is 280 minus 8Q minus 6Q will equal to 0. 14Q equal to 280. So that gives us QM equal to 20. That gives us PM equal to 200. That gives us elasticity of demand to be delta Q by delta P into P by Q. यहाँ पर इस सारे माइनस के हैं, तो if I add this, if I put this minus sign here, then that will give us a positive elasticity. And if I don't take it, then we'll get the negative elasticity. Here it doesn't matter because सारे options में it's negative only. So let's just calculate the value. कौन सी अप्रोच करेक्ट है? वेल, ऐसा दैट्स जो ये हम माइनस यहाँ लगाते हैं, दैट्स जस्ट अ कन्वेंशन टू मेक दैट इलास्टिसिटी नंबर पॉजिटिव, बिकॉज व्हाट मैटर्स इज कि इंटेंसिटी है कितनी, दैट स्लोप, दैट परसेंटेज चेंज, इट इज व्हाट मैटर्स मेनली. कि आपका जो डिमांड कर्व है वो, जो आपका जो कंज्यूमर्स हैं दे कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं टूवर्ड्स चेंज इन प्राइस. ठीक है, तो एंड इट्स ऑब्वियस कि इन द ऑर्डिनरी केस इट्स गोइंग टू बी द रिलेशनशिप इज नेगेटिव ओनली. ठीक है. Okay, so delta q by delta p from this function, it's going to be minus 1 by 4 into monopoly price, monopoly quantity, because यहाँ profit maximizing पर चाहिए आपको. So that's 200 upon 20, that's minus 10 by 4, which is minus 2.5, which is option C. That's it. So these are all the uh, monopoly problems in the PEA. Okay. I hope you got to learn something. Okay, I'll see you in the next lecture.